The killer whale, the ocean's silent shadow, without a sound, without haste. With strength, intelligence, and incredible hunting tactics, the orca is more than just a predator. It is a silent pressure that keeps the entire ocean on guard. Welcome to the world of the killer whale. Though a member of the dolphin family, the orca's sheer size and apex status place it in a league of its own, a creature often mistaken for a whale. A full-grown male can stretch nearly 30 feet, its body engineered for endurance, for sudden bursts of speed, and for breathtaking agility. Their iconic black and white pattern isn't just for identification. In the deep, it shatters their silhouette, masking their angle of approach. Orcas operate in a world of sound to navigate, communicate, and coordinate. In the low, light world beneath the waves, sound paints a richer picture than sight ever could. A pod, therefore, doesn't just swim in unison. They are in constant, seamless coordination. Their large brains and complex social lives allow them to learn through observation, memory, and experience. For the orca, instinct is crucial, but it is their capacity to adapt that gives them their enduring edge. The great white shark has long reigned as the ultimate symbol of coastal dominance. Its specialized physique, bioelectric senses, and devastating ambushes from the depths make it a fearsome adversary for almost any ocean dweller. But for the orca, the question was never about the shark's strength. It was about its weakness. A recurring observation in these confrontations is the orca's ability to strike the shark's flank, inducing a state of temporary paralysis. Disoriented and helpless, the shark's legendary speed and reflexes are neutralized. In a matter of moments, the tables are turned completely. What is stunning here is not the force of the strike. It is the surgical precision of the maneuver. Some encounters reveal a pattern. Sharks are targeted with signs indicating their energy-rich liver is the prize. While tactics may vary, this points to a highly selective and efficient strategy. They do not expend energy without purpose. They seek maximum nutritional value for minimal risk. Not all prey is overcome in seconds. With larger targets like a gray whale or a young humpback, the hunt is a long, complex, and draining ordeal. Here, raw power is not the only deciding factor. The outcome hinges on the ability to maintain pressure. A mother protecting her calf becomes a living shield, her body a barrier, her tail a weapon, her sheer mass shattering the hunter's approach. In many cases, the simple act of keeping her calf close is a constant battle. Every opening will be exploited. The orcas understand this. They do not commit their full strength from the start. They apply pressure in waves, working to separate the calf from its protector, forcing it to move, to lose its rhythm, its direction, and its endurance. This is not a hunt that bets everything on a single strike. It is the process of dismantling resistance over time. When they do succeed, however, the orcas' triumph reveals their core truth. They are more than just powerful hunters. They are masters of sustaining a strategy long enough for the odds to bend in their favor. In the natural world, that is an advantage that is nearly impossible to overcome. If one species turns an orca's advance unpredictable, it is the humpback whale. Humpback whales are not apex predators like the orca, but they command immense size, powerful pectoral fins, a heavy tail, and a ferocious response when a calf is threatened. A single tail slam or body heave from an adult is enough to force an attacker to keep its distance. In some wild observations, humpbacks have appeared at the scene of an orca's hunt, their reactions capturing the full attention of researchers. At times, they intervene, placing themselves between the orca pod and another target, like a seal or the calf of another species. The exact motive for this behavior is still debated, but it's clear the humpback does not always choose retreat. This shows the food web is not a simple hierarchy. It is a complex network of interactions. For an orca, a humpback encounter is a reminder that not every target is worth the final pursuit. An intelligent predator isn't one that always presses forward. Sometimes intelligence is knowing when to ease the pressure, change direction, or await a less costly opportunity. Even at the top of the food chain, the law of conserving energy always reigns. Where fish are a challenge of density and direction, seals and sea lions are a game of reflexes and terrain. Many marine mammals live by a simple rule. On land or ice, they can rest, safe from most underwater threats. But against an orca, that line of safety is never guaranteed. In the polar extremes, orca pods have been observed deploying a wave-washing strategy to blast seals from the edge of the ice. Instead of a direct approach, they swim in perfect sync, unleashing their power at the precise moment to create a wave strong enough to shatter their target's footing. An ice floe that seemed a sanctuary becomes an unstable trap. This tactic demands flawless coordination. A missed cue, and the wave's power dissipates. Too early, and the prey is alerted. Too late, and the moment is lost. But when the pod strikes as one, the environment itself becomes a weapon. Elsewhere, they have been documented launching themselves onto the shore to seize sea lions, then maneuvering back into deep water. This is a high-stakes gamble. A massive body in the shallows always faces the risk of being stranded. But the fact they dare to charge the edge of safety reveals they are more than just powerful. They are calculated risk-takers. Not every individual can do this. Nor does every pod hunt the same way. This reinforces a critical truth. An orca's hunting strategy is not a rigid set of rules. It adapts to the ocean, the prey, and the lessons learned and passed down through generations. In the world of the orca, the ocean is more than just a place to live. It is a front line to be read, exploited.
He's really walking his dog with the car. Never seen that before.
And reshaped with every hunt. In many oceans, the orca has no natural rival. But to rule the food chain is not to be immune to chaos. Climate change is shifting sea ice, rewriting the distribution of prey, and altering the very rhythm of ocean ecosystems. Populations that depend on specialized food sources face immense pressure as the chain of life is disrupted. Here lies the paradox of the apex predator. By standing at the summit, they accumulate the consequences of the entire system below. When prey vanishes, when the environment is poisoned, when their home is fractured by human activity, even a species this intelligent and adaptable is not untouchable. The orca's future, therefore, is not merely a question of their skill as hunters. It is a question of whether the ocean itself will remain healthy enough to support the web of life on which they depend. A predator at the peak is only truly secure when the entire ecosystem below it remains in balance. The orca, a symbol of intelligence, coordination, and mastery of the ocean. They are the apex hunter, balancing the scales of their world. A living sign of the sea's own health, the orca proves that true power lies not in muscle, but in strategy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe for our latest videos.
Beneath the ocean's surface lies a world driven by instinct and intelligence. Killer whales dominate through coordination. Great white sharks strike fear with their solitary strength. Each predator occupies a unique position, and every encounter is a test of survival. Welcome to the underwater wilderness, where every movement is a matter of life and death. The killer whale is not merely a predator. It is the embodiment of intelligence, coordination, and absolute command. In an ocean where power is often measured in size and teeth, the orca transcends, ruling through the very strategy and order it creates. Both killer whales and dolphins are titans of ocean intelligence. Yet, the dolphin becomes the hunted. They are perfectly sized, fast, and agile, but ultimately powerless against a coordinated assault team. More crucially, dolphins are a high-octane fuel source. Their bodies, rich in fat and protein, are exactly what killer whales require to power their immense physicality and sophisticated intellect. When hunting dolphins, killer whales don't rely on brute speed. They weaponize their collective genius. The entire pod executes a calculated strategy. They isolate, apply pressure, and shatter their prey's ability to coordinate. While dolphins have the advantage of a pod, that strength is systematically dismantled by a superior, organized force. In the deep, the killer whale and the great white shark rarely clash head-on. This isn't for lack of opportunity, but because both titans understand their limits. Superior size, crushing strength, and above all, the chilling intelligence of the pod give the orca the edge in any potential conflict. The great white shark, however, is a different kind of power. A lone hunter, fast, precise, and brutally efficient. But when these rare encounters occur, the scales of battle tip decisively in the killer whale's favor. Against a foe that hunts as a pack and commands the space, the shark's solitary strategy crumbles. And in the ocean's kingdom, the one who knows when to avoid a fight is the one who truly endures. The orca and the gray whale embody two profoundly different evolutionary sagas in the deep. One, a predator defined by collective intelligence. The other, a colossal titan surviving on sheer endurance and ancient adaptation. The gray whale is no simple victim. Its resilience and protective instincts have been forged over generations. When these two strategies collide, it is more than predator versus prey. It is a contest of collective intellect against solitary will. Even humpback whales, a species renowned for their fierce resistance, are sometimes forced to struggle in desperation against the highly coordinated hunting strategies of killer whales. On its quest for sustenance, the gray whale sometimes becomes the orca's target. And in those encounters, the deciding factor is not strength, but the very limit each is willing to sacrifice for survival. The ocean does not reward the strongest, but the species that understands how far it can go without crossing the boundaries of survival. When two titans of the ocean clash, the very laws of size begin to blur. In the contest between the killer whale and the humpback, what's weighed is not just raw mass, but how each species weaponizes its own key to survival. The orca is the smaller contender, while the humpback is a true leviathan, stretching over 50 feet and outweighing its rival many times over. Killer whales do not consider adult humpbacks to be routine prey. Their rare assaults are acts of desperation, typically targeting the young or eliminating a competitor for resources. At times, the orcas reveal themselves as cunning strategists. They work to isolate a calf from its mother's guard, then force the young whale onto its back, leaving it helpless to the currents. It's a chillingly calculated maneuver, proving that in the vast ocean, intelligence and coordination can be far more terrifying than sheer power. For the killer whale, every encounter is a calculated strike. They rarely risk a reckless gamble against a superior foe. Theirs is a strategy of the pack, of choosing the right target and the most opportune moment. When near humpbacks or blue whales, orcas don't seek a head-on collision. What they project is presence, a palpable pressure, a constant reminder that these waters are always being watched. The blue whale, however, represents an entirely different order of existence. It moves like an ancient current, its life devoted to feeding and endless migration. An adult blue whale is virtually impervious to predators like orcas. This isn't due to aggression, but because its colossal size and phenomenal stamina create a fortress of its own. Still, on its long journey, there are moments when the blue whale is tracked, cornered, and relentlessly pressured by killer whales, waiting for the first cracks of exhaustion to appear. In the ocean's vast arena, killer whales prove they control the hunt from the very first move. They hunt as a coordinated pack. For them, a hunt isn't a chaotic chase. It's a calculated operation. Seals are a high-value prize. Their rich blubber provides the immense energy required to fuel these massive bodies and power their complex minds. Spotting a seal on an ice floe, the pod doesn't rush the attack. They choose to exhaust their prey first. Instead of a direct assault, the whales work in concert. creating powerful waves to shatter the ice from beneath. The relentless pressure destroys the prey's stability and its sense of safety. This strategy isn't about brute force. It's a game of intelligence and patience. The killer whales dictate the pace, forcing the seal to react in ways that are disastrous for itself. And, as its energy drains away, the advantage shifts completely to the predators who engineered this outcome from the start. When facing the elephant seal, the orca deploys its familiar hunting playbook. The prize is colossal, a bounty of energy that can sustain the entire pod for a long time. But a reward this great cannot be claimed by haste. The orca is not seeking an instant victory. They read their prey's every reaction, adjusting their strategy and controlling the rhythm of the hunt to their advantage. Each individual plays its part, a coordinated assault designed to drain the target's stamina and shatter its will to resist. In a hunt like this, the victor isn't the strongest, but the one who holds its nerve the longest. And for the killer whale, collective intelligence is the ultimate weapon, turning a formidable challenge into a worthy feast for the entire pod. The great white shark is the very incarnation of raw, explosive power. Its torpedo-shaped, muscular body is engineered for short, devastating bursts of speed. Adults command a length of 13 to 20 feet, weighing in at over 2 tons. But its true terror is unleashed in a single moment, an absolute concentration of force, where its entire mass and velocity are discharged in one fatal strike. Its colossal jaws deliver a crushing force of over a ton, enough to obliterate large prey and cement its reign as the ocean's solitary apex predator. In the underwater realm, the dolphin's famed intelligence and agility offer no guarantee of safety. The great white shark is no impulsive brute. It is a creature of observation, of patience, drawing upon the wisdom of 1,000 hunts. And when the perfect moment arrives, the ancient law of survival asserts itself once more. Here, there is no emotion, no exception. Only the better adapted will endure. The same rule is clear in the relationship between the great white shark and seals. Both are born for speed, but they use it in different ways. Seals rely on agility, while the great white shark explodes in a single decisive burst. When danger appears, the seals scatter. Most escape, but it only takes one moment of delay. One individual becomes separated from the group, and that is enough for the great white shark to claim what it has been waiting for. Thanks for watching. If you're captivated by these stories of the wild and the ocean, show your support by hitting the like button, share this with fellow enthusiasts, and subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure.